Hold on. Sorry. Shit. All right. Hey man, it is early Saturday morning, December 9th. And I think that this will be the last video that I'll be doing on this channel. I think what I want to do, for various reasons, is to start, I want to add 2 new channels to my YouTube dynasty. What do you want to call it? I don't know. And one will be my music collection, and one will be original music recordings. That's what I think I'm going to do. And for some reason, when I logged into my YouTube channel, I couldn't find, when I went into settings, I couldn't find the link to add a channel, so I'm not doing it now. But I decided I really want to do this video for my Triptides collection, because I am really pumped about how complete it is. It's pretty amazing. I'm missing just maybe 1 or 2 singles, maybe 3, that have some non-album tracks on them. But otherwise, I have a really pretty complete collection of Triptides music, and I'm really amazed because it's a pretty large collection. It's a dozen 12-inch records and a little more than a handful of 7-inch singles. So I will get to it now. And yeah, I have an OCD thing, and when I'm looking at this, I feel like I'm a little bit too low in the camera, like in the center. But who cares? Nobody cares. Only I care, because I have OCD. All right, so let's get to it. We're going to start off with the 12-inch records, and of course, it is in chronological order. And this is actually a copy of their first release, which was originally just a tape, but then they put this vinyl record out, thankfully, because cassette tapes, that's not something I want to collect. They don't last, you know. Too many variables that will fuck them up. I mean, will mess up those tapes. So anyway, so here is a Psychic Summer. Psychic Summer, you can see. I try to hold on to these hype stickers. And in this case, there are 2, obviously. But here it is, Triptide Psychic Summer. This came out, I believe it was 2012. Maybe 2010. Maybe it was earlier than that. But anyway, this is obviously a repress. Here's the back of the cover. Here's the front. All right, here's the back. And beautiful pressing. And really, it's just beautiful. You know, look at it. I love this stuff. All right, there you go. There's the label. And it's funny because I had ordered some black vinyl copies of the first and second albums that are represses. And those, I ordered them from a place called Rare Waves, overseas in England. And the way that they packaged it, it was in this really thin 12-inch by 12-inch box. really, really thin. So, and then this was overseas. So when it got to the United States, it ended up going to another carrier. Shoot, I can't remember the name of the carrier. I wish I did, because I think that maybe that's where the damage occurred. But anyway, that's a summation on my part. I could be wrong, but anyway, I got the thing, and the box was all mangled, and it was so mangled that it actually mangled the both record covers. So I dealt with that for about, with owning them for about a month or two. And then I looked around online and found this beautiful psychedelic wild pressing, and then another one for the second album. And I gave the other two away to a friend. I said, here you go. These are mangled, sorry, but they're free, so, right? So anyway, beautiful album. This is a great album, too. I love these guys. Glenn Brigman, or, Glenn Brigman, who was with, who's on some recordings for Frankie and the Witch Fingers. I think he's probably the principal writer and player in this band. And I think he's great. And so anyway, here's the very first album. Beautiful psychedelic pressing. I even have these border lights that I put up last Christmas. I got them in so that they're fading from one color to the next, which is kind of psychedelic, I guess. I like it. So anyway, here's their second album, and so this is called Sun Pavilion. It is another fine album by these guys, and excuse me. It's been a long day at work. But anyway, here you go. I dig these covers. I dig the art cover and stuff. It's cool. Here is this record. It is nothing that wild, but it is a cool light, like a bluish green, actually, really. Pretty awesome. So, but there's the label. Right. Very light. Ink. I don't know why. But this is nice. Both these albums, these first and second albums, are very clean. Pretty quiet pressings, and I really dig this stuff. Whoa. Oh, this comes with a, that first album didn't come with any insert. This did. This came with an insert. No lyrics. Just some cool imagery. Golden Gate Bridge, right? Sweet. So anyway, let's put this back. Long day. Anyway, I hope that I can't even believe I got 1,000 subscribers on this channel. It just blows my mind. I bet half of them are people who have, moved on and they still have an account, and they just don't even know that I exist. But anyway, for those who actually watch this stuff, I thank you very much. I appreciate it. But I'm going to try to organize. Like I said, I'm going to try to reorganize my channel by adding 2 more channels, and hopefully we'll be able to eventually monetize those other 2 channels. I'll have to grow those to 1,000, and we'll see what happens. All right. So anyway, here's the second album, Triptides album, Sun Pavilion, Psychic Summer, and then Sun Pavilion. All right. And this is predictions. Now, predictions. This is an interesting situation because there was a completely different album cover for predictions. And on Discogs, it actually separates the earlier first pressing with the different album cover, even though it's called Predictions. Even though it's called Predictions, they have 2 separate entries. So, and this was this is the second pressing with the later cover. Beautiful cover. But it's all the same music as the first pressing, and you know, I don't need to get an original pressing. There's no point in that. This is good enough for me. Whoop. Oh. Oh man. Huh. Anyway, beautiful marble, like a peach pink. What color is this? It's beautiful, and it's marble. Just really nice. I think I'm making it even more psychedelic than it has to be. I don't know why, but I'm not trying to. It's just turning out that way. But anyway, there you go. Side 2. Really nice pressing. Really beautiful. Beautiful record. Beautiful vinyl. And it's got all kinds of junk in it. I actually kept the Discogs receipt, the seller's signature on it and stuff. I don't know why I did that with this one, but I'm doing it. Bought by Jersey Joker. That would be me. So anyway, there we are. No hype sticker other than the little round sticker that says limited edition. It's super limited edition. It's not just limited, it's super duper limited edition. It's in French. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. All right, so there's the hype sticker. Super limited edition at the bottom, and then it says something else in the top. If you want to freeze that and read it, there you go. So there it is, Predictions, the third album, but a later pressing. Here is a 12-inch EP, Triptides. No hype sticker. Glenn Brigman on vocals, guitar, Farfisa, mellotron, bass and drums. Josh Minaj, one of the guys from Frankie and the Witch Fingers. Josh Minaj. Vocals, guitar, and bass. And it was those 2 guys. All songs were written by Brigman and Minaj. And the cover was done by Acromath. I don't know who Acromath or what Acromath is. I don't know if it's a person or an organization. But You got to check out this record because it's absolutely beautiful. Here's the cover. And the record itself is just so cool. I don't know. That's so cool. 45 RPM. Salty, what is it? Salty 06. I guess that's the catalog number, right? So there you go. But look at it. Look at this. This beautiful 5-pointed star. I think it's I think the colors that are going around, that are happening in my border lights are doing something cool to the image of this record. Yeah, it's pretty cool. .45 RPM, 6-track EP, 12-inch EP. It's great music too. So there you go, Beetle Brad. I bet you want one of these now, huh? Very cool. Beetle Brad. No inserts in this. Yeah, no inserts. It looks like that might be. Oh no. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I thought maybe the oh, here. I don't know if you saw the back of this. It almost looks. It kind of looks like, in a way, it kind of looks like an import to me, like a Japanese import or something. And I don't believe it is. Oh, actually, yeah. I think maybe it is actually. Maybe it's a like a French pressing or something. But I don't see anything on this side that tells you. At any rate, it's a really beautiful front cover, obviously, and the back cover is pretty cool too. But let's put it away and move on to the next, because we don't want to make this too long a video, because people got places to go and stuff to do. I get that, but I'm a slug, so sorry I'm taking so long. All right, so here is their next album. I think that's from 2014. I believe this is from 2015 or 2016. Oh, 2015 is the first pressing, and this is a reissue. And I believe that this is a French import as well. The top's got a little bit of a split, but it's pretty light. Anyway, this is Azure, Triptides Azure, and there's your hype sticker. It is like I said, a repressing from 2022, from last year, but it was originally pressed in 2015, and has the same artwork, at least on the front, I guess, as the original pressing. And here is my copy of the record. And it's another beautiful star. Here, let's just, okay, yeah, there we go. So you have a custom label for it, and it looks kind of like, well, not really like a beach ball. Well, kind of, I suppose, right? Like a flat beach ball. And but the B-side label has the track listings for both sides. It's one of those deals. And this is side B that you're looking at now. But there you go, man. And Triptides has this kind of like psychedelic folk, rock, pop sensibility to it that is really cool. Really accessible, I would think it would be. I like the stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't keep buying their records, would I? All right, but anyway, there you go. That's there it is. Oh man, dum dum. All right, break time. Next is Afterglow, the name of a great Genesis track. I don't think that's where the these guys got the name from, but who knows? I don't know. Afterglow. This is another limited edition pressing. I don't know if, yeah, this has got to be a repress, but it doesn't say when it was pressed. Probably sometime in the last couple of years. It was originally pressed in the summer of 2013 through this, or recorded and mixed between the summer of 2013 and the summer of 2014. Which means oh, yeah, this was in the fall of 2013 and the summer of 2014. So wow, it appears to me that they actually recorded these two albums right around the same time. That's very bizarre. I didn't even notice that. All songs by Brigman and Minaj. So anyway, here's the back of the cover if you want to see it. Nothing special there, just some text. No real imagery, just on the border. And another beautiful album. White vinyl, obviously. Side A, custom label, and side B just says Triptides and Afterglow. And if you want to know what the track listing is, I guess you got to look at the album cover. So there you go. It's really interesting and really just cool. I just really like the music. I really have to admit I love the way the records are and how they're pressed in different color vinyls and different, sometimes just solid, sometimes there's a wild design, and that's cool. It's kind of what I like about record collecting in the first place. It's just cool, different packages and cool looking vinyl. And as long as the vinyl's not really badly pressed or poorly pressed, or certainly you don't want it to be poorly mastered, but as long as the relatively clean pressings, I'm a happy guy. And these are a little bit better than that, so I'm real happy with this stuff. Here is another one. This is probably my latest that I got from these guys, called Visitors. Yeah, this is the last album that I got about a week ago. And Visitors. This one, there are some really wild pressings, but super expensive. This was not all that expensive. It's just a solid color. And I'll show you. what it looks like. It's another beautiful, man, just beautiful. Here's side A, custom label. And side B, the track listing on both sides. But look at this record. Oh, man. It's beautiful. Beautiful. So let's move on with the hope and the intent of making this shorter than 45 minutes. That's my goal. Yeah, I can probably do better than that, actually. Here is Estrella Magica, an indie exclusive. Now, I don't know what that means exactly, but anyway, limited to 200 copies. Winter E Triptides. So this is actually a duet, I guess you could say. I think that's Glenn right there, and I guess that's who is ever is known as Winter. That don't look like winter to me. That looks like summertime to me, man. At the beach. But anyway, a lot of Spanish song titles there. So a little different than and some of the the material on here is a little bit different with a slightly different flavor. But let's look at the records. Here you go. Here's the I don't know what color this is, really. Kind of a banana cream. I don't know. But here's this lady. And here is side B. I love it. Custom labels for both sides. Different labels, you know. And there's Glenn right there. I'm sure that's Glenn. How cool it was to buy a Frankie and the Witch Fingers single off of eBay, and it turns out that it was Glenn who sold it to me. That's just the coolest. Oh, let me, there's actually an insert in here. Let me pull that out. So it's cool because it's these two just digging their time together, and the flip of this actually has some lyrics. So now you got lyrics to sing to, or at least to, so you know what they're singing about. And I love it. I love it. All right. There you go, man. Winter E Triptides, Estrella Magica. So I guess these guys just hit it off, and at least musically, maybe otherwise. Hey, man. It's two adults. It's a beautiful world. Yeah, it could be a lot better. It's what we got. So if you don't like it, pay attention to what's going on and at least try to figure out what the hell's going on, because it's very difficult to know what's going on with the way the news is presented to you. You know, when you consider that all news outlets are owned by somebody, and somebody may have an agenda, either war or whatever. You never know what's the reality of it all. You don't know what's real news, and you don't know what's bullshit. You don't. There's no way to know. And people who say they're sure that they know, I don't trust people who think they're right all the time. I just don't. Especially when they're pushy about it. In fact, that's kind of a tell-all moment right there. Anyway, and I don't know what's going on, but that's the point. Don't be so gullible. Don't trust anybody, anything they say. You're making a big mistake. Including me. So here's the next album, Alter Echoes. Stereo record. Triptides, Alter Echoes. And what a freaking cool cover. I like this cover, man. And it kind of looks like something from the late 60s or maybe the early 70s, with the front, and then you have these shots on the back. I see Glenn, and I see, it's probably Josh Minaj, huh? I don't know. But, oh, there is a barcode on this one too. Whoops. Whoa. So, but anyway, and there's no insert, but of course there is a record, and the record, it does kind of look like what they're trying to do is copy the Capitol Records label, the old 60s Capitol record label from the United States. So the whole package, I think, was it's kind of like they were trying to simulate that. Interesting how side 1, the tracks are numbered 1 through 6, and side 2, they're numbered 7 through 11. So but awesome. Nice clear blue record. Yeah, this is pretty darn good, man. Real nice. And I just got into these guys about maybe 3 or 4 months ago. Maybe even a little further back than that, maybe 5 months ago. I checked out 1 or 2 Triptides records and liked what I heard. It was right after I bought that single from Glenn, and I learned about Triptides. So there you go, Glenn. You got me, you sucked me right in. Beautiful. All right, so there you go. Alter Echoes. Alter Echoes. And here's one. This is the 11th, actually, the 11th record, the 10th album, because one of these was an EP. And this is So Many Days. Oops. Black vinyl pressing. They have green vinyl pressings as well, which I've never seen. It's listed in Discogs, but I'm happy with the black vinyl one. And this came out just a couple of years ago. It's not very old. All right, so this is like pretty new. Nice shot in the back. There's 3 people involved, basically, in the generating the music that's on the album. There you go, right there. You can see Glenn on the, I can see, yeah, he's on the right. When I'm looking at the phone, he's on the left, but here he's on the right. I don't know the 2 other guys. Stephen Burns, who plays bass, lap steel guitar and electric guitar, and then Brendan Pelayo, Brendan Pelayo Lazar, drums, tambourine, timpani, bells, conga. So he's your percussionist. And what caught my eye, oh, then there's another guy, Tyler English, who plays pedal steel on Highway Sun and So Many Days. And flute on Midnight is played by Modeste Cobian. And what caught my eye was at the very bottom, it says in memory of James Brigman. So, whoa. And that's one way to ruin your album, but it did not fall out. Obviously it didn't fall out. So here is side 1. And Curation Records, side 2, custom label. Yeah, like I said, a black vinyl pressing. But at any rate, in memory of James Brigman, I saw that and I just thought, ah, shit. So it looks like Glenn lost a, I'm guessing, a brother or a cousin, but somebody close. Very sad. Recorded in the San Bernardino Mountains by Triptides. There you go. All right. So this is their 9th album. Proper. And then, interestingly enough, they released a 4-track EP from this album. And here's that record. Let's pull it out of here. The particular poly outer sleeve is a piece of crap. It falls apart real easily, but anyway, there you go. 4-song, 12-inch record. California curated cool. And let's pull out the record itself. Written and produced by Triptides. Except A2 by Dylan. There you go. So here's side A, side B, and tracks are A1 is So Many Days. I think that A1 is is the album track, and then there's Walking Down the Line, A2, and then B1 Going Home, and B2 is Free Fall. 4 songs. So, but you get 3 additional tracks, non-album tracks. They're not on that. They're not on that record. So there you go, man. Some additional material, which is always fun. Now I have to put this back in here, but I have to be very, very careful because otherwise. really got to be careful with these stupid, these particular outer sleeves are garbage. Eventually it's going to rip, and I'll toss it. Anyway, their last album, and this was just released in the last year or so. And I remember when I bought that single, the Frankie and the Witch Finger single from Greg on eBay. I remember him saying, "Hey," because I mentioned how much I like his music, and he said, "Hey, new Triptides album coming out any moment." Well, here it is. All right, Starlight, beautiful cover. Okay, I think this is black as well. It's a black vinyl record, which is fine. There's the artwork if you want to look at it some more. But the key is this front cover, Starlight. So this is the latest released by Triptides. I hope it's not the last. On Curation Records, like the previous two albums or two records were. This is side one. Again, it looks like a Capitol Records from 1964. Inside two. So anyway, and I did listen to this, and it's great. It's all good. I'm enjoying these guys' music, man. Pretty often, actually. I don't have anything on CD by these guys. It's all on LP. So when I am listening to them, I'm just sitting in here and I'm just relaxing and listening to their music, and I really like it. So there you go. Triptides 12-inch record collection. But there's more. Look at this little pack of records. Yeah, it's all Triptides. Let's do it chronologically. Here is Clementine. I think both sides of the single are non-album tracks, if I'm not mistaken. I think both sides are Clementine and Holding On. And this was released in 2014. And got this from somebody on Discogs. Beautiful, beautiful yellow marble, black marble in there. I mean, it looks it's really just beautiful. Yeah, and both songs are non-album tracks. I believe that's correct. Which drove me to pick these up pretty quickly. I was like, let me get these. Let me look for these, and we'll pick these up as quickly as possible. With Frankie and the Witch Fingers, their singles are not easy to find, so there you go. But anyway, all right. Beautiful cover. So that's the first single. This second 7-inch record is actually a 4-song EP, and this just arrived not too long ago. And what's interesting about it, besides the cover, all right, red. This side's actually green. It was looking kind of gray, but I guess when the blue lights come on, it looks black. Look at this. Go ahead. There it is. There was the green. So, and then right, and this side is red. Same design, just a little backwards and different tone. Yeah. Nothing inside. But this is from 2014. And what's interesting about it, besides the cover and the record itself, which is a tri-color pressing, and again beautiful, very quiet, it's kind of like almost like a sampler. But it's interesting because the song Shaman is apparently a non-album track by Triptides, whereas the song Revival by Frankie and the Witch Fingers is on an album. And for that reason, I figure let me keep this with Triptides, because Shaman is a special non-album track. It's only found here. And then there's two other artists, the CC with Evil Clutch of Dawn, and the Young Sinclairs with a song In This Room. And both songs are fine tunes, man. So who knows, maybe I might investigate these other guys too. But I have no intention of doing that at any time soon. I'm just saying. Just saying. So anyway, there you go. Lovely cover. And the guy I bought this from, it came with this plastic sleeve with the star on it. Now, I don't know if that star is of any significance. I'm just keeping it in there with the star. I don't care. All right, this looks like and obviously it looks like if they made it look like a Bird's 45. That was my guess anyway. In fact, I have a Bird's 45 that looks kind of like this, a repress. But Triptides, Can't You See, and Spellbound. Again, I think these are two tracks that are both non-album tracks. This is pressed in 2018, and I looked at the when I was collecting their albums, and I looked at their albums, the tracks on their albums. I'm not finding, well, there was no record, there was no 12-inch album pressed in 2018, but I think all four of these singles came out one right after the other in 2018. Not the EP, oh no, maybe just three of them, actually. These last three. Or, wait a minute, well, oh no, I think there might be four. Anyway, here. This was released in 2018. Okay. All right. And there's this one, Triptides, Nirvana Now, and She Is Dressed in Red. Hypnotic Bridge Records, the psychedelic standard. So here you go. Just awesome to me, anyway. And Hypnotic Bridge. So look at this. Nirvana Now, the A-side. She is dressed in red, B-side. Oh, Doc. All right. And here is, well, this looks like it's from Visitor, I think. And that was from 2018 as well. This one, Discog shows it as from 2018, I believe, as well. So, but this is, yeah, Glenn Brigman and Josh Minaj. Right? Awesome. And I believe both tracks are non-album tracks, if I remember correctly. Heavy Cloud and My Friend. And after looking at that, the front, that single, that picture sleeve, right? Beautiful. The continuity of that of that artwork is just awesome. So record is mint and the songs are cool. And then there's one more single, although I do happen to have two different copies. I'll show you what we got. Here, this one is actually kind of opaque. You can actually see shadows through it, but you can't see through it. It's not clear, but it is kind of like a clear, like an opaque. I just said it's not clear, but it's clear. It's like a silver, opaque silver vinyl. Side A, Call of Creation, and side B, See Her Light. Again, two non-album tracks. Greenway Records. Greenway Records. Greenway Records. Cool, man. Right? Oh, that glue. So you get this, right? And right, so this pressing, right? And then there's this one. Significantly different. So, see, it's not silver, and it doesn't have a spindle hole. It's actually got a large hole. I guess you could stick this in a jukebox if you really needed to. And then Greenway Records. All right. Beautiful blue, greenish, bluish, yellowish splatter vinyl. And it's just awesome. And a great Very clean pressing as well. So there you go, man. Triptides. My Triptides vinyl collection. It's all vinyl. If I said it's my Triptides music collection complete, well, that's true. Well, it's all vinyl anyway. So that's it, man. And that was 55 minutes plus. Thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Check them out if you like them. I'm not being compensated by pushing their catalog. I'm just saying I like it and it's great stuff. See you hopefully on 2 new channels. See you later.